Yeah, I thought I'd make a little video about boots. Um, kind of showing here. This is how they come from the store, and then this is I've just freshly oiled that, and it's a fall over box. In the process of soaking it in. Um, Basically, these will eventually take the pair of this pair. This pair is 19, 11th month of 19. And this pair is 17. First month of 17. These red ones, this red color indicates it's the insulated version. These blacks, the black and gray indicates it's not insulated. But I wear these, maybe 5 months of the year at most, and then I'm switching back to, well, it was this pair, because I can't handle wearing an insulated shoe through summer. I cannot handle it. These are all Danners. Maybe you can read the brand new one better. Yeah, you can read the brand new one better. And they're 25, fourth month of 25. So you can see here. This was what the little red arrows indicate that there was a scuff or something in the leather, and they put it in the scratch and dent area. Sometimes you got to watch them, they'll get off on the stitching edge. I had one that they stitched right out to the outside edge, and in about a year it fell apart. So anyway, I'll wind up wearing this pair on the weekends initially to break them in. So, being that I'm local to the Danner manufacturing location out west, well, granted they could be making the boots in other parts of the other regions of the country, or in other just flat out other countries. For all I know, I've never really researched it, so that's a possibility. But because they manufacture them right there, they have these available as what they call seconds, um, and they take a portion of the price off. So instead of, oh man, instead of something like $450 a pair, they're like $320 a pair. Um, that's the other thing here, is this stuff. If I can let you look at it without spilling the bottle, it's I've had real good luck with it. My special pair down here, this is not a Danner pair. Maybe that'll show up. They are a custom boot manufacturer known as wes-co, or West Coast Boot Company, or something like that. They're located in Scappoose, Oregon, is where they do all their manufacturing. That is probably Probably right about 10-year-old pair of boots. I haven't really taken them out and worked them too much. There's just such a nice pair of boots. They have even just occasionally wearing them. I've worn them a whole lot on the weekends, getting them broke in, and I'm pretty much through that. Now that duty of breaking in a nice pair of boots on the weekend is going to shift over to that pair. And that'll be nice through the summertime because this is an insulated pair of boots. They're insulated. You got the extra leather across the top, and then not that they're lineman shoes, but they have the lineman electrical safety toe. I think it's made out of fiberglass, or it's something that's non-conductive. So that makes them get the certification when they're ordered as a lineman shoe to not have that conductibility in electricity. Um, da, 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 da. This pair is overdue for oiling. I desperately need to do that to them today. This pair, I was just out there in the French fry oil, and they got splashed in French fry oil. And French fry oil is not as good as that leather oil, but it's better than a pair of boots going bone dry. The only thing is, though, is that you start getting this residue. Of course, that could just be the leather cracking. Because this is, what did I say? 19. So, they're not exactly brand new either. It literally seems like yesterday. So, this pair is not seconds. This pair was bought as first. And then obviously this pair being custom made 10 years ago. It was 10 years ago. It was $600 for the pair of boots and $100 for the fitting charge. And by me going in person to the business and have them doing the fitting, if they made the boots and the boots didn't fit right, then I get a different pair of boots. So if you just send in your measurements from the other side of the country or the other side of the state or the other side of the world, and you have them mail the boots to you, you don't have to pay that extra $100, but you're not getting that guarantee that when you first get the boots that you can turn them back in because they don't fit. So, and I'm sure that $600 from 10 years ago is totally way didn't realize there's something written on there. STM, some kind of stamp. I'm sure, instead of 600, it's the better part of $1,000, being that it's 10 years later. So that is what it is. And obviously, I have one pair of those because they were a gift, and I try to do my darndest to make that very nice gift last for a long time. So they're, I Probably in the state they're in now, I could probably have them sent in and resold. And I've thought about it. It seems kind of crazy to resole something that has that good of soles still on it, but if you wait another couple more years, they might say, well, they're in too rough a shape to resole the bottom of them. Because this is that. So there is a tremendous amount less wear and tear on this insulated pair than there is on this pair. Yeah, oh wow. I put way more miles on this pair. And if I were to have one pair of boots and just using that one pair of boots all year round, I would basically wear through a pair of boots probably once a year, or at least I would take a pair of boots to the point where they need to be resoled. Because this pair, this is one of my pairs of seconds, so whether they would be willing, I don't like this. I don't know if it would be worth with the leather in this condition. It's it's starting to fall apart down there. I think about the best thing I can do is just keep it oiled and hope for the best. If they start getting to the point where they leak water, which they probably are, I would imagine. I don't notice that so much because I'm wearing that pair in the dry season, whereas this pair I'm predominantly wearing in the wet season. Sort of have two seasons around here. But other than that pair being a gift, the wes-co's being a gift, there's no sponsorship here. This is either me paying for the boots myself or for the purpose of working for somebody, they're helping cover the cost of purchasing the boots. So in terms of thinking that some of this is a sponsorship, no, not a sponsorship. I just haven't seen anybody really talk about, Danners and wes-co's and whatnot. And I just thought I'd make a little video and jibber jabber about it and show that they exist and call it good. So I don't know what else to talk about them. I guess I used to wear. I've kind of temporarily got this pair of what would be called quarries. They are in very very sad shape. I just put them on to be able to have all four of these pairs lined up here to put on recording without having to go, hey, here's this pair of shoes. I thought about taking this pair that's on my feet in and seeing if they were willing to recondition them, put new soles on them and whatnot, because the Danner Supers and the Danner Quarry shoes are the only ones that they do in the triple stitching. And in the Danner boot line, if they're not triple stitched, they're not considered rebuildable. So that's another part of the expense. You can get the Quarries cheaper. I mean, if you're desperate to get work shoes that are, if you got a $150 gift card or company allowance to buy a pair of boots, you can get into the Quarries with that $150 allowance, you'll have to spend maybe another $100 if you're, or less, less, because they definitely, the quarries cost less money. So anyway, that's my collection of things that I put on my feet and I wear around day to day. I may not have a closet full of shoes that cost $10 a pair, but you know, when you add up $300 to $500 a pair and probably $1,000 for that pair on the end, if you were to chop that up into $10 pairs of shoes, I'd have a closet full of shoes like just about anybody else that had $500 worth of, well, that's more, you know, 3, 6, 9, 18. Yeah. Those 4 pairs of shoes, you know, you're pushing $1,800-$1,900 if you were to go buy the 4 pairs of shoes. And then if you were not to buy these in the seconds, if you were to buy them in the first, basically another $110, $140 on top of, so you know, go from $300 and something to around $450. So definitely not low cost. One of the oddities, and I don't know why it is, but the insulated ones, they do not make an armored toe, and Danner does not make an armored toe in the insulated version. I don't know why, but that's the way it's been since the beginning of my existence on this third rock from the sun, and I don't think that's going to change any day soon. So anyway, I think that's enough chit-chatting about, well, I can show the I can show what they are. This is that 11550 would be the style or the model, and this is that second. That stands for the seconds. It's not a first, and then it's got this stamp on top of there, and they got this icon here because it's recraftable, regroovable. Gore-Tex, I don't know what that means, other than it's got something on it probably that helps it be waterproof. And this Viham, I'll bet you that has to do, yeah, that has to do with the sole of the shoe. So, oh, and then there's that. And if anybody wants to get carried away, there is that scannable thing on there. So anyway, I think that's enough. 19 minutes just rolled by, so I'm gonna call this good. Thanks for watching. Until next time, bye.